Hey guys, welcome to Pretty Killer Podcast. I'm your host, Jordana, and tonight I have the most special guest I could ever have joining me. I have my mini me, Roz.
Hi guys, how you
Say
doing?
hi to everyone, babe. Are you so excited?
Yes, I'm very honored to be on your podcast. It was a dream for me, and I'm just really excited now.
Well, I mean, it happens downstairs while you're in bed, so you
Oh
can
yeah, true.
come down anytime you want. But so for spooky season this year, I decided since she is 9 years old, so it's right around the same time that I got into me like loving horror. I thought it'd be fun to do a weekly mini episode that kind of dives into different genres and show her movies that are a little bit more out of like the kid Halloween movies. So this week we got to do paranormal and we decided to go with 1982's Poltergeist.
Hmm.
But before we get into that, let's just talk a little bit about like horror to you
Yes.
and some of your experiences
Mhm.
and stuff like that. So I I'm so
Hi.
excited that it's you and me tonight.
Yeah.
So where to start? So Dad and I showed you like Jaws when you were
Oh
little.
yeah. Little. I don't remember that, but
Yeah, you were like littler than you are
yeah.
now, and you were upset that the shark
Oh
exploded.
yes. I used to
You remember
hide.
you hid behind the couch?
I hid behind the couch. I was just sad. I was like, poor Sharky.
I know, like Bruce, justice for
I
Bruce.
know.
I know. So you kind of like we never really like threw you into the horror.
Oh yeah.
Like we show like like Curious George, but we were very much into Halloween. Like
Yeah.
we've always been into Halloween. It's been our favorite, like one of our favorite holidays
Okay.
to celebrate. So why don't you tell everyone like who in your mind is like your favorite slasher?
Okay.
Like who do you like?
I like this is gonna be not very surprising because it's classic Michael Myers.
Yes.
He is a very good classic. I just think that they made the movie like so just like deep down into like so like dark and scary and amazing, and I just think that some parts are just really special to me, and I I'm really honored by him. But my second had to be like art. I think he's
Oh,
pretty cool. And I give credit to the other slashers out there like Ghostface,
yeah.
Freddy,
Yeah.
Jason,
Yeah.
There's a lot of good other slashers out there, but my top favorite probably has to be Michael Myers.
Yes, and I love that you love Michael
Oh
because
yeah.
you've been Michael a couple times for Halloween.
Couple.
Well, we
Oh
we
yeah, yeah,
did
yeah.
we did the Lori Loomis and Michael the
That was
one
fun.
year. Yep.
Yes.
And then we just got you the Halloween 2 mask.
Oh yes.
So that's awesome. And then and just full disclosure, disclaimer, we've never shown Roz Terrifier or Terrifier 2. She's just seen like some small scenes from like the clips on Instagram of art in like the Halloween store on in Halloween, or excuse me, in Terrifier 2, like the sunglasses part. Um, I would never until she, was older. But
Yeah.
she thinks that art is funny. I mean, there are like creepy parts, like remember the pizza?
Oh yeah. His eyes in the newer movie. They're not that bad, but his eyes were like pitch black at the pizza scene. And it just gave more like a creep effect to him.
When he was like staring, I remember when he
Yeah.
showed his teeth and it cut back to him and he was just doing that.
When he
Remember?
showed his teeth, that was like funny and scary at the same time. That was pretty cool though.
And I love that you think that because when I watched it for the first time, I was like, I felt the same way. I was terrified,
Yeah.
but I loved it at the same time. So I'm glad. And then you can tell, well, we can kind of talk about it. Last year, we got to go to Halloween Horror Nights, which, okay, so when I was your age, I begged Nanny to let me go because when we lived in
Oh yeah,
Orlando,
yeah.
it was like the first year that it happened. And after that, no, actually, it wasn't the first year, but it already happened. But the year that I wanted to go, they were running Jaws, the ride at night.
Oh
And
yeah.
I was like begging her to go. And you know how Nanny was very
Very
strict
strict.
about things
Yeah.
when I was little, so I couldn't go. So Dad and I got to go on our honeymoon,
Mhm.
which was awesome. And
Oh yeah.
then we got to do a family trip, and you got to go to Universal and ride ET. And then we got to do Halloween Horror Nights. So why don't you tell them like a couple of the houses that you remember from Halloween Horror Nights.
Okay. The one that I got the most jumps on was the black phone. That one scared me so much. Like all the other houses, I had headphones on, so I was like, I couldn't really hear that much, and I saw it coming.
Yeah.
So I was like kind of immune to that stuff. But that, for some reason, was just like gave me more of the jumps. For some reason, I don't know. It was like more scary than the other ones.
And I
but
wasn't
that was still pretty
expecting
good.
that
Yeah.
because it was Blumhouse, it was Black Phone and Freaky.
Oh yeah.
Remember?
Freaky. Yeah.
With all
Freaky
the
got me.
yes, and that's I feel like after we did a couple houses, the first no, because we only did a couple the
Oh,
first
yeah,
night.
yeah.
The second night when we did it,
Oh yeah.
we were like, bah.
Yeah.
That one like really got us. And then
I was like jumping like this. I was like, ooh.
like we actually were screaming. Like that was one that I did not expect to scare us.
Yeah.
Then there was do you have any more that stand out to you?
Halloween.
Yes.
Honestly, like just seeing it all in person, like how it would feel to like actually be on the set
Yeah.
is so cool, and it just felt amazing. You know,
What'd you say when we got out of the house though? Because remember,
that was cool.
well,
No, y'all are wimps.
yeah, she's like
She was hanging onto my hair.
I know, like Roz was the MVP of Horror Nights because she literally was not phased. I mean, she had it wasn't like she
Yeah.
was bored, then it wasn't like she wasn't having a good time. She was taking it all in, but she was such a champ. Like you weren't scared, you didn't
No.
whine, we did all the houses that one night. We stayed out till like 2. You were a champ.
Yeah, it was like the what was the first one we did?
We did the
Universal Monsters.
yes.
That one was really good. I really liked that one. That one it started like pouring out, but still after we got out, that was like really good. I thought like the masks.
Yeah, and all
were,
the
like, really
jumps
good.
and stuff because there was a couple good jumps, but
Yeah.
I remember I was told that because I was watching you to make because that was our first house of the night,
Yeah.
and I was watching you to make sure that you were okay.
Yeah.
And I someone told me that Dracula was like right to the right of my face because you were to the left of me.
I saw Dracula. I think I saw him, but I didn't. Andrea didn't tell you, right? She didn't.
No, she didn't tell me until afterwards, but I didn't even notice him because I was like
Oh.
so hyper focused on you being okay. And then when you got out and you were like, that was awesome, I was like, okay, this kid's gonna be fine.
Next time you have to look at all of the dots. Like, don't pay attention to me. I'm gonna be fine. Just pay attention to the house. I'm just wondering, I wanted to go first.
I know you did.
Oh, another one was the bug house. Yes. That was amazing. I was like, look at that.
I was shocked because that was like low on my list of what I wanted to do. I was like, how's that gonna? And then the trichophobia.
Oh my god, the whole
that was so gross. But that
and
house
face
was one of my favorites.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Dead Man's Pier. How beautiful was that one?
It was like cold.
Yes.
And like it was like you're actually there. It's so cool. And I feel like we're not giving enough credit. Was like the subway one. Remember?
Oh, Descendants of Destruction. Yes, that one. They had so many good original IPs.
It was so tight though. It was tight.
Yeah, and then what was like some of the main the original ones, and then the main IPs was Halloween, and then what else did we have? We had Blumhouse, the double one, and we had Universal.
Did they have Scream?
No. Oh God, no. That's on my list though of ones that I want.
I wish we could have went to Jaws if it's still open.
Oh, that would have been amazing. But Universal needs to open up a park where it's all of the rides that were there and are no longer there. And that's a shout out to T from my Ghoulish Adventure Spooky Round Table because that was her idea. We discussed it before. But I literally think that Universal would bank on bringing back to the Future, the Jetsons, Jaws, like all the rides that were.
Why did they? Oh, because of Simpsons, right?
No, because of Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
Yeah.
I would pick. Don't get mad at me. I would pick Jaws over Harry Potter because I wanted to experience it so bad. I thought the ride was so cool, and I'm just kind of sad. But other Harry Potter rides were cool too.
Yes, and we definitely enjoyed like 98% of the rides that you did, but we had a really horrible experience with Jurassic Park, and we have the and I'm going to insert the clip here.
Oh,
you can see it if you watch the episode, but it was literally one of like the most because I didn't think it was going to affect her in that way, but it was quite.
Y'all kept saying it was the T-Rex. It was not.
It was like
it was steep.
I know, But you're getting older, and then next year, because we are going next year.
We're not going on the last one too.
Well, but you're going on the Forbidden Journey.
Oh
Anyway, but
yeah.
that's another
Yeah,
discussion.
yeah.
So
We don't need to talk about that. We're only talking about horror.
yeah, but I just wanted to give the listeners a little bit of background on what you've been
Oh yeah.
what you've dealt with in horror. We've done Frightmare Farms,
Mhm.
we've done local haunts, we've done out. So in all, Rosalind's a champ, and she's so much fun when it comes to spooky season. So now into the topic episode, or the topic of what the episode's about tonight.
Poltergeist.
So we're doing Poltergeist tonight. So 1982, Tobe Hooper directed, Steven Spielberg. You could
Yes.
definitely feel his
Original.
presence
Mhm.
in that, and that's something.
The houses reminded me of E.T., the neighborhood.
Yes, it's like a
It's got that vibe.
staple in like the 80s,
Yeah.
like in that type of movie.
Yes.
So that one that stood out to her. So the way that we're gonna do this is I'm going to kind of like ask you in your own your own verbiage,
Okay.
your own opinion, what Poltergeist was about. If you can just tell us like
Okay.
what you gathered from watching the movie.
I gathered sadness and scariness. I thought that the most
Well,
thrilling part.
well, like not scary parts, but like so just tell them what the movie was about. Like
The movie basically was about, I don't want to spoil it too
you
much.
can, because
Okay,
this
okay,
is
okay.
what we're doing, baby. I'm gonna put in there that it's a spoiler
Yes.
review. So go ahead and just, but I want it from your, like, if you were to describe someone, like, hey, what
Okay.
was Poltergeist about? Just kind of like briefly, what would you say?
So basically, it was about this family. They were living, and there was some stuff going on
Yeah.
that the wife thought was funny. She would put a chair in this circle,
Mhm.
and then the chair would start moving in a straight line all the way back to another circle. And then she put her little child on there.
Carol
Ann. She put it on her. She was on the circle, and she started moving with no problem. She just said, "I want a pepperoni pizza," but
That sounds DJ Scratch and Sniff over here.
Stop.
You go.
Dog. So,
Whoopee.
oh my god.
It's okay. Keep going.
So
So she wanted the pepperoni pizza,
Yes.
and then she put on a Rams helmet. And we won't get into that because we have someone who is an avid Eagles and Bills fan. So
Okay.
anyway, we don't want to
Yeah. It's okay. So basically, there's one night where the other kid,
the brother.
what's his name?
Oh my goodness, you
I
had to
know.
ask me.
Luffy, stop. Sorry, guys.
I don't know.
Research. If we don't know, we'll just say brother.
Yes, just the brother. Oh, excuse me, Robbie.
Oh, Robbie. Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought it started with an R. So Robbie was sleeping one night, and he saw this creepy clown on this chair.
Yes.
And my mom said it gave her the creeps, and it gave me the creeps too, because he had a tiny little teeth and a big grin and
The
creepy eyes.
were
Yeah.
super creepy. Yeah.
So I think he put a cloth over him to keep him away.
Yeah.
And I think this tree came into his room, and it broke his window, and it started capturing him, and it took him away, and the tree was starting to try and eat him. And then as soon as that was happening, the panicked family tried to go and grab him. The dad was trying to go and grab him, Steve.
Yes.
And they were all just panicking, oh my god, what's happening? And while that was happening, Carol Ann, she was in her bed, and the door on their closet started opening, and it started turning white.
Yeah.
Like a white
that weird glow.
Yeah, and massive energy started pulling her, trying to pull her in to the door, and she was hanging on for dear life. No one could hear her, no one was paying attention to her. But
Right.
yeah, and they were all just focused on Robbie. And so she tried to hold on as as grippy as she could, but her bed was made out of wood.
The frame.
Yeah, the frame was made out of wood. So as soon as the energy started getting stronger and stronger. She couldn't hold on for that long, so she got sucked into the door.
So pretty much it's like this. It's like so the poltergeist means that it's um the oh god, now that I'm on the spot, the poltergeist means that it's a person that is taken,
Mhm.
and like a haunted house
Oh yeah,
is just like haunted.
yeah.
That's the way that they explained it. So pretty much she's stuck in this like land with all these like spirits and
Mhm.
stuff, and it's super creepy. And then we come to find out the reason why is because the father, the
Wait, wait,
house,
wait, wait, wait.
but we don't want to say too much, but
I know.
we're just saying like this is the reason, like this is the like the synopsis, like the premise of the
Yeah,
story.
but she got sucked. She was like, people came to like visit her, like the mom's house and all of the other people who
Mhm.
own the house, and they started like hearing stuff through the TV, and she got and like Carol Ann was in the TV, like trapped in there, and she kept saying, "I see the light, mommy. I'm scared. I don't know what to do." And then the mother,
Yep. The mother's name is,
Joe something, is that a real name?
don't know what her name is, babe.
But let's just say mother.
Yes, the mother.
She heard her voice in there, and she was saying, "No, Caroline, don't go to the, don't go into the light. Don't even look at it. Don't even think about it. Just walk away."
Yeah.
You know. And then, like, things started getting a little hectic in there.
Crazy.
Yeah. So like, do you want to do some talking?
Well, no, I'm good, babe, because this is
Okay.
I'm you are my guest tonight.
But
So
like,
how about we do this then? So why don't you tell us 3 things that you
okay,
liked about the movie? So we'll go with number one. What's number one?
how it looked.
You like the way it was shot, and then you
The
liked,
the way it was shot, and like the people, they just did amazing acting, and I thought, and it was just like really thrilling and like very like dark, deep, scary, sad, yeah,
yes,
all
that
at the same time.
I completely agree about the look of the movie, because
Mhm.
for 82, I thought
Oh yeah,
it had that like feel to it, like that retro feel, but not like 70s vibe, like.
yeah,
And then it had the visuals, like the the ghosts, the spirits that came out, like remember at the end, that big one that was like right in front of them.
oh yeah, it was like a horse ghost.
Yes, and it was super creepy. And then the one outside in
The
front of,
one came from the door. No,
yes,
yeah, the one came from the closet.
yeah,
No, wait, is it the closet?
the
Yeah, no,
and
because the closet was getting mutated by this like yellow stuff was ooey gicky. I don't know.
yeah, it was grody, and it started like moving. So okay, so then number two, what was
Mhm.
number, like the second thing that you enjoyed about the movie?
Um, I have a lot of stuff about this movie, but one thing that really stood out to me, um, I think would probably be the ghosts.
Yes,
The ghosts,
yeah, you
they
like.
were they were scary, you know.
So they were, I felt like, because when I watched it when I was younger, I felt like they were scary,
Yeah,
but I felt like they weren't too scary where like it gave me really bad nightmares. Like it
yeah.
was cool the way it was done, and then it was like, not over the top.
Can we do like one honorable mention about like?
You're only on two, babe. So
Oh, I
you have
know.
one more. You have one more of
One
your
more
like.
thing. Um,
Like maybe because you kind of said like the way it looked and the characters. So do you want to put the characters as three? Did you enjoy them as like
yes,
as a family?
I'm gonna rank some characters.
Okay.
So I think that Annabella. I know me.
Carol Ann.
Carol Ann. She was probably my first because she's the one who got adopted, and
But she was really cute, and
she was just like this tiny little sweetheart. I don't know why someone would take a little sweetheart,
I know those
but
ghosts are not nice.
Steve, he tried to help out a lot, and the mother.
Yeah.
They really tried to work, together, and it's very sad going through like the process. Like imagine losing your child. Like that would go through like something really hard, like a really hard time.
Yeah.
But the way the one of the girls, she talked them through, like
Tangina,
Tangina, yeah.
the woman at the end.
Yeah, she could like talk to spirits and stuff, and and I heard like that stuff is real.
Well, like it's yes, there's
Yeah.
mediums, there's people that can talk to spirits.
Oh yeah.
There's a whole bunch of stuff. And I believe in it because I
Yeah.
believe that you can talk to people on the other side. But that's another discussion too that we could talk about at a later date. But then, okay, so now we did our characters, and you forgot an honorable mention, and I'll say it: the dog. He was really cute.
Well, oh, the dog though. He kept standing up like this, and he kept like pawing at something, and he started looking at
Because you
something.
know what it was.
It was the ghost.
Yeah, it was a spirit. So he kind of, because he could sense it. But I love the part where he jumps in the cab with what's his name?
Oh, Robbie.
With when he's going to leave, and
Yeah,
he's like whining, then he goes and jumps in. I love that.
I know. So one thing, don't throw up. The maggots. I know. So
So
this,
gross.
so this guy, I don't know his name, but it was like one
One
of
of the guys that came in to
that.
help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had glasses on, and he got something out of the fridge. You know, he's probably just having a little snack.
Snacky.
But he grabbed some chicken and he grabbed some meat, and like the beef produce that you get from the store.
Yeah.
He grabbed the chicken. It looked a little raw, but I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So he put the meat down, and the meat started moving a little bit. And then, as soon as the meat stopped moving, it started like erupting like a volcano, just meat spewing out of it. And then the guy bit into the chicken wing, and there's maggots all over there. There's maggots all over. It was so gross.
So gross. And then what happened when he was looking in the mirror?
He looked in the mirror, and then he's probably just hallucinating. But his face started like to crumple and like fall apart, and it was like only his eyeballs and his flesh, and
He's
it was
like
all nasty.
ripping his face off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was all going down the drain, and it was just nasty. But it was all just a dream. He was
But that was
okay at the
cool.
end.
Did you like that part? Do you think that
Yes.
was cool? A cool scene?
So ready for
Okay, so are we doing the? Oh boy, do you need a drinky? Let's do the three things that you did not like about the movie. So we'll start with the number one thing that you didn't like about the movie.
how they took her.
Yeah, that's sad.
No, like why would you take her?
Well, I know, but like they were explaining like she's so pure and she's so sweet and she's the shining light, and that's what the spirits wanted.
Oh,
They attached
yeah.
to her.
I forgot about that.
Yes.
But one thing I didn't really like about the movie
Mhm.
is how the guy who sold the house to them,
Yeah.
they put the house under like a cemetery
On top of it.
Yeah, with buried bodies under it, but the tombstones weren't there, and there was already like another cemetery all the way up on like one of the hills.
Hmm.
Why would there be two cemeteries like right near each other, and why would you put it under a house?
Well, it's like a huge plot with
Yeah.
and they sold the land for cheap. That's where because he worked for a housing company, that's where they put all the development.
Mhm.
So that's on top of like an ancient burial ground. So of course
Mhm.
that's like a breeding ground for spirits.
In the pool, it
Oh,
started. Yeah, when the mother got stuck trying to save her kids,
Yep.
she got stuck in the mud. It was like mud. That's where the tree erupted, and it like the tree went
Mhm.
away.
Yeah.
It got
And the
like,
tornado.
The tornado, yeah, the tornado swooped it away, and it was like raining really hard, and there was like all mud and stuff, and she couldn't get out, and then there's like dead skeletons erupting from like the house,
It was creepy, wasn't it?
and then the house started like turning into a little spark of energy.
Yeah, it was. I love that end scene because you
know.
think everything's done.
It's
You
so
think
like
it's the end of the movie,
intense.
and then all of a sudden it starts again. Remember the
Yes.
boy that Robbie gets attacked by the clown.
Oh yeah, Robbie got attacked by the clown. And he
You were
started
hilarious.
ripping-
Your reaction, you're like, "Oh my god,
He's back again?
It was that clown, because remember like his face turned
Yeah.
from happy to like all
Yeah.
mad and like he was
It
frowning.
was like art.
Yeah,
How he
but like
was- he
little
was, like-
art. So is that it? Would that be your third thing that you didn't like, or do you have one more thing that would
No,
be
that was like
all the stuff that you didn't like?
I mean, one thing I didn't really like about the movie had to be like how he moved out, like the little kid Robbie. I don't know why he moved out. I don't know, like I feel like it'd be more safe to stay with your parents. If we
Yeah.
had the same situation, I feel like I would stay with my parents because like my family lives 2 hours away from me, and I don't I can't. I just can't live without my parents. I cannot live without seeing them. I have to like be close to them, and I have to like experience what they're experiencing because I feel more comfortable with them.
Well, I love that. And of course, because we're your parents. But I think the reason that they were doing that
He was
was,
a little scared.
well, I think he was scared, but I think they felt like he'd be more safe someplace else other than the house. Because clearly the house was this like pit of evil. So I think they wanted him to go. And I don't
Yeah.
think that, you know what I mean? Like,
That's just my opinion. I
no,
just
you're, yeah, that's complete. You're good because this is why you're here, as your opinion. So, okay. So that brings us to now the rating system, because I want you to rate these movies, because I'm going to put the rating in the comment section. So on a scale of 1 to 10 stars, and you can do like half. So you can do like, if you really liked it, you could do a 9.5. If you didn't like it, you could do like a half a star. So after watching Poltergeist, what would you rate it from your first watch and your own personal um love for movies? What would you give this?
9.8.
Whoa, that's pretty high, girl.
I know. I just thought it was a great movie.
Yeah, I love it. And I'm what okay, so when Greg and I were discussing what movies we were gonna do, because there's the 4 weeks in October, we wanted to do paranormal. So
Oh
we
yeah,
picked
paranormal.
Poltergeist. We wanted to do slasher, so we're gonna do Child's Play, the
Okay.
original Child's
Okay, that's
Play.
good.
Yes. Then for found footage.
Mhm.
So we kind of like,
Host.
well, you wanted to do Paranormal Activity,
I
but
don't
we
know.
watched Host.
I love, even though it's like really short, I loved Host. I
Yeah.
thought the most scariest.
No,
No, okay,
no,
yeah,
we'll
I
save
know.
that, because if that you want to do that for the found footage, we'll definitely do that, because we just watched that with her aunt, my sister-in-law, and
But I'll
we.
have to tell you like the scariest parts when we get
So
to
you want to
it.
do that one for the next one?
Yeah.
Okay, and then
Because I do have a scariest part, and it stands out. It
yes,
just has to.
but it's amazing. And then the other one, we're gonna do like a family fun Halloween one. So we're gonna do Monster Squad. No, actually, that would be considered like a creature feature. So
What about the monsters?
no, we're gonna do Monster Squad, because you've never seen Monster Squad, and that's
Oh, I don't know that
classic.
one. I don't know that.
So those are going to be our 4 movies. So I think that we started this episode off, and the first installment of our mini episode with a kick, because a 9.8, like, how can we top that? Oh
Oi,
God.
my dog barking. He mad?
Well, of course, Chim has to be involved in the recording, because he is also my
Part
son.
of our family. Yeah.
So,
You
is
say
there
that.
anything that you want to add to this, or anything that you want to say in closing? And if
I just
nothing,
want to say thank you to all my mom's fans, and keep loving horror and keep doing what you love, even with horror or anything you want.
I love it. Such encouraging words, babe. And yes, I want to, of course, thank everyone for tuning in and listening. I hope you enjoyed this little special episode. I just think it'd be fun to experience horror with my mini me, who it was the exact age when I started watching horror. So I am excited for our next week's episode. And you can find this episode streaming on iTunes, Apple Podcast. You're distracting me.
What I next if I get like tiny glasses, I have to wear them on the podcast because like I'd be ultra mini you.
Tiny glasses. We'll get some fake ones next time, so
I
you
know.
can rock that. We'll get you like a cool horror shirt. But again, you can find the episode on Spotify, and you can find particular podcasts on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube. So if you haven't already, like and subscribe. And until next time, we will see you then. Good night.
Goodbye. Have a
Bye.
good day.